Welcome back to Revealing the Hidden, where we take a deeper look into Jewish living. So I wanted to talk about something beautiful. I wanted to spend some real time getting into the kishkas of tefillah, of prayer, its depth, its beauty, and we're going to have a couple different sessions on it. Really, if there's anything that we can use as a lever, as a leverage piece that we can push hard on and get to reveal the hidden, to go deeper, prayer really is that. So there's a beautiful concept that comes up in so many different places. I think the most beautiful way I've ever seen it phrased was from Rav Shlomo Volpe. He talks about the idea that if you think about the idea of the concept of praying, you pray in the morning, you pray in the afternoon, you pray in the evening. On Shabbos, you also pray Musaf. On Yom Kippur, you also have Ne'ilah. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of prayers a year, over 1,000 prayers a year. And if you think about what that's going to mean for your lifetime, God willing, over 10 years, more than 10,000 prayers. If you're thinking about 100 years, over 100,000 prayers. What is a prayer? A prayer is a time that you're stopping what you're doing during the day and you're reaching out to God and connecting to Him. Sometimes it's through praise. Sometimes it's through gratefulness. Sometimes it's through asking for things. It's usually a combination of all of them. What you're doing constantly over and over and over again is that you're tying a rope between yourself and God. No matter where you are in life, you're having a hard day, you're having a good day, you're having an inspired day, you're going through something unusual, your friend's going through something unusual, Klal Yisrael is going through something hard, or no, Klal Yisrael just had an amazing nace, or you just went to a Daf Yomi Siyum and saw 90,000 people celebrating a Siyum. All these different experiences are a new opportunity to connect to God. You're taking your soul, yourself, if you remember, makom, place, zman, time, nefesh, self, the kaleidoscope we learned about. You're taking all of those that are interacting and you're taking that moment and roping in Hashem. For you, that moment might just be for a second, for a few minutes. But in context of Hashem and the neshama, beings that are going to be above time, Hashem above time, and then our neshama being connected to that, then those moments last forever. And so essentially what you've done is you've taken every single experience in your life, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you've roped it back to Hashem. If you've had a hard day and you could barely get yourself out of bed, you could barely get those tefillin on, or you could barely utter those words or that tehillim, that experience is a barely power and saying, with nothing I have, I'm still connecting to Hashem. Sometimes it's an unbelievable trance of closeness to God, and you can't even pay attention to anything else that's around you because of this intense closeness to God. If you're in dire straits, and you've now roped your neshama to God through dire straits. So I know I'm elaborating this over and over, but listen to what's happening, and let's see if we can embed this into our souls, into our thinking, into our life. You are like the USB, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the mainframe. And every single time you daven, you're plugging into the mainframe, you're uploading yourself, you're downloading God, you're binding in a way that you are not disconnected. The idea that we're pulling out the USB is just a fallacy, it's just a perception in our mind, but that moment lasts forever. And it's an incredible thing that's happening during davening. And if you could think about this and grab onto it tightly, imagine how it can transform your prayer. Imagine what kind of davener you'd become if every single time you daven and say, okay, it's time to rope myself, rope those last few hours into Hashem, or rope the next few hours into Hashem. To close, there's a beautiful idea from the Ramchal and Derech Hashem, where he talks about how when the neshama comes down into this world, when the soul has to journey here, it's so much more elevated than the body. It's so much more elevated than the world. And it's such a pain, it's such a challenge for the soul to have to journey in this world and to be so involved in things that are so unspiritual. But he says that prayer, to a very large extent, fixes that. Because what it's doing is it's elevating. So it can elevate the past, is the way that we think about it often. But we can also think about it as elevating the future. Every time you daven, you say, Hashem, thank you for the past. Thank you for everything that you've done, and re-elevate those things. Hashem, thank you so much. Please help me to eat better. And then when you eat better, you've now connected God to that. Please, Hashem, help me to learn better. Please, Hashem, help me to be a better father. Please, Hashem, help me to be a better mother. Please, Hashem, help us to experience the Kedusha of Shabbos. Every single time that we daven, the next time that those things happen, you've already uplifted it. Ashreinu ma'atav chalkeinu. What an amazing gift that we have in our world, that we have the power of prayer. The prayer that ropes us into Hashem. Have a great day, and I hope you feel tied. I hope you feel close. I hope you feel knotted up with Hashem in a way that you feel and understand how inseparable we are from God. Have an amazing, beautiful day.